I'm Jim Check. You're watching Kelowna Now. I'm here with Tania Gustafson. We got a really cool show today and a cool headline that we're doing too, right? 6 things to do to stay sexy or fit
or have
healthy.
a good life
and stuff
or
like
all
healthy.
the things. Right? Well, healthy is the new sexy.
Healthy is the new sexy.
That's right. Exactly.
Who doesn't want to be sexy or healthy?
That's right. Well, you know, you gotta, when you have one, you have the other, right? You're not feeling.
You drive a Tesla, sexy. That's the model lineup, right? S3XY, sexy.
I did not even know that.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
That's the first time you knew that?
Yeah.
That's the whole lineup.
Oh, okay. There we go.
The guy's got a sense of humor. That's how
he does
laid
have
out
a sense of
his
humor.
car lineup, right?
He does have a sense. I did not know that. I know you are the Tesla guru. I am just the person who drives it.
So if you want to drive a sexy car, there is none better than a Tesla.
Well, I have a 65 Mustang.
This
I
show
think that's
is sponsored by Tesla.
Right?
No, it's not.
Said no one, right?
If you're willing to send us what car, we'll definitely promote it.
There you go.
We'll even give it away.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. We could raffle.
We're going to talk about 6 things that you need to do in your life to stay healthy.
To stay healthy, right. Yeah. So there's 6. I call them 6 spinning plates when I talk to my clients because, you know, plates, food. It's kind of what we talk about. Food is your foundation. So that's number 1.
You got to eat.
You got to eat, right? So there's food, exercise or movement, right? Water, sleep, stress, and how you feel your nutritional gaps.
I got a little segue.
Okay.
I saw, my daughter sent it to me. It says the people in the 60s ate 5 pounds of sugar. The people of today eat 145 pounds of sugar a year. That's a big difference. It's
a big difference. And then compare that with an apricot in 1950. You'd need to eat 3 today to get the same nutritional value. So remember when we were in school and they said, eat your 4 to 6 servings of fruits and vegetables? Remember that? Yeah. Well, now multiply that by 3. So literally
just because the nutrition in the ground and stuff like that.
So we're literally needing between 10 and 13, almost 15 servings of fruits and vegetables now in order to get all our vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. So that's like under the food category, but it's also under the filling your gaps category, and we'll get to that. But so food, balancing your food. And you and I have talked about this. You do this pretty good, is eating, you know, things that are clean.
As whole as it gets.
As whole as it gets. Things that are single ingredient items that have their own wrappers. Right? They're not crinkly.
That Mother Nature made, like an egg.
Like an egg. Like an egg. Like an apple. Like an orange. All those kinds of things that come in their own wrappers. Right now, here in the Okanagan, there's really no excuse. Right? Like you can get
during
fresh
the summertime,
stuff
definitely. You
everywhere.
can eat produce the whole time. We have a grow tower at home now.
Cool. Yes, those are awesome.
And a lot of salad.
That's right.
It's really good. Like I cannot believe the amount of salad. There's a show we're doing, Grow with Ilona. I cannot believe the amount of food that comes off the tower.
Yeah.
Like it's more than a family of 4 can eat.
Yeah. Well, I have pots in my yard now because I used to have a big, you know, garden in my other house when we moved. So now I have pots set up. And I've got like, I can't eat all the lettuce that's coming out of there right now. And then I got a big zucchini yesterday. I was away for the weekend. I came back. It was this big when I left. It's now this big.
Yeah, we have a ton of zucchinis out in the yard too, and just like it's just amazing how many you get, right?
Yeah, it is, and so there's a lot. So you can, you know, partner up with somebody if you don't have a yard. You could, you know, get some pots. You can grow your things like herbs on your windowsill. You can. There's a lot of different things that you can do to
eating whole foods.
To eat whole foods, right? Yeah. And organic and non-GMO is best so that you are avoiding the glyphosates and all of the toxins and all the things. And people are going to say, oh, that's so expensive. Okay, I get it. So if you take a quick look in your pantry, I'm going to tell you how to transfer your buying dollar as opposed to just spending more. So go look in your pantry, your fridge, your freezer, everything that is in a package, box, bag, can, or wrapper that is non-essential. And I can tell you that everything that's in a package, box, bag, can, or wrapper is non-essential. Everything
you bought in the middle aisles.
Right. I mean, if you bought a bag of nuts, that's different, right? It's like one item or something like that, or a bag of oranges or apples, something like, you get what I'm saying, right? But if you're buying like the cereal and the crackers and the cookies and all the things, the stuff in the middle aisles, right? All the stuff. And some of them are getting pushed to the outside now. I think they're trying to trick us. But anyway, that's beside the point. But if you take a look at what you've spent on that and do a quick little tally in your head, because everybody kind of knows a round number about what it costs, and then take that, oh my gosh, I just spent all this money on crap food, and then take that money next time and don't replenish those things as they're running out. Switch it.
Yeah.
And take that and I hit the mic and switch it and buy the whole foods. Make a little trip to the fruit stand close to your house, or if you can't get there when they're open and you have to go late after work, then do the veggie section in the grocery store more often. Sure, you might make more trips to the grocery store.
Yeah, but it definitely, like if you're buying a bag of chips, a large bag of chips. Mm-hmm. It's $5 or something like that. But you could buy yourself a little thing on blueberries for $5.
Yeah.
And just eat the blueberries instead.
Yeah. And I mean, and if you're looking at, if you want to make it last longer, you want to make your buying dollar go farther for those fruits that are a little bit more costly, you can buy them in the frozen bag. They're still single ingredients. Read your ingredients, though. Some of the brands, they add stuff to it. Some of them don't. So, so take a look. So, and then if you can at all, the most important one to try and go organic and non-GMO is your proteins, because you are what you eat, but you are what your food eats. Mm-hmm. And, some of the stuff we can peel when we're having our own fruits and vegetables. We can peel and avoid some of the stuff, but you can't. I mean, if you're eating a steak or chicken and it's been fed things that you would not want to put in your body, well, you're putting them in your body because they've eaten it and it's grown with it. So that's just a little caveat there.
Yeah. Yeah. So Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Big deal on Whole Foods.
Big deal on Whole Foods frequently throughout the day. So I just was having a talk with somebody yesterday saying that they stopped doing the carnivore diet, which, just an FYI, carnivore and keto, pretty close to the same thing. They've just changed the name because keto has a kind of a negative connotation.
What, did you follow a wolf around and eat what he eats?
It's basically just eating a whole lot of meat and, and the fat that goes with it, and not having any sort of carbs at all. And carbs, your fruits and vegetables are your carbs, people. So you need carbs. I'm a big advocate. I eat carbs all day long because you need them.
Tough to live in the Okanagan and not eat carbs.
Absolutely. It's tough to think about it. Is it realistic? Are you going to say that I'm never, for the rest of my life, I'm not going to eat bananas or blueberries or an apple or carrots or sweet potatoes? Like, are you going to say that? I
absolutely love apples. Like a cold apple out of the fridge.
So good. Yeah. Right? The Honeycrisp ones in the fall. Oh,
I'm a fan of all the apples.
I like to mix them up.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, right. I like them all too. I like to mix them up, and when I'm making applesauce or when I'm making like a crumble or something, and I use all different kinds because then you get different textures and flavors.
My daughter made an apple crumble the other day with sourdough bread as the crust.
Okay.
Sourdough bread is the crust, and then the apples and cinnamon, and then covered it in oat crumble.
Okay.
So good.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never done it that way.
The sourdough crust was so good.
I'm sure it was. We've done it with pizza when we've made homemade pizza. Yeah. Because my husband likes to make sourdough once in a while, so we've done
she's
it
doing
with that.
bagels and pretzels and pie dough. And just
Interesting. Yeah. No. So anything definitely homemade. It's still something that's processed because it took the original thing and processed it. Mm-hmm. But you know what's in it.
Yeah. There's just flour. Yeah. And salt. I think a little bit of salt in sourdough.
Mm-hmm. You can also get, my husband went and picked up some Italian flour, so they'd imported it so that, it has better quality because, Europe has, and we have the glyphosates and things here, which are used to dry all the wheat. But anyway, we're kind of getting off track. But so food, clean, whole foods, and then eating them frequently throughout the day. So what I was saying about the person who was doing the carnivore diet, they stopped because they were not feeling well. They'd actually, we're just feeling like with low energy and not sleeping well and the whole thing, kind of opposite of what you'd want when you change, a health program.
I even feel like that. It's like if I eat too much meat, like say like a big steak late at night, I feel like that for the next day. I feel heavy.
Right. Well, I mean, if you look at your palm, this size for you, the thickness included, not with your fingers and thumb, that's the size that your body can properly take in and metabolize at a time. So if you're eating, and we've all done this, right? Christmas dinner, or you go out for dinner on occasion and you have the large portion and then you feel like, ooh, my goodness, I need a nap,
or
right?
that second hot dog at Costco.
Oh, I've never had a second one. Those are massive. My goodness. I haven't even had one, I think, for years. But yeah, when you have that too much, your body can only metabolize a certain amount. So it stores the rest as fat. Your liver's trying to process it. Wow. Everything's churning and burning, working overtime. And you just feel like, oh, I'm so tired. You want to lay down. That's why, because your body's working to burn it off, not giving you the energy that you need to keep going. And so take that same steak or large chunk of chicken or whatever it was and break it down into those portions and then eat those, every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, like, for argument's sake, if you wanted to consume the whole item, that would be how you could do it, still feeling good and still feeling energized. And then, of course, pairing that with healthy fats and healthy carbohydrates like your fruits and vegetables. And then you are balanced and you are sailing away. Your blood sugar is stable. Your hormones are balanced. Your cholesterol will come back into line. Your blood pressure will come back into line. And you'll just have a lot of energy. So putting your food together in the right way is really, really important. Yeah.
And so then the frequency. That one, that's
number one.
We're at number one.
That's food.
Eat better.
Eat better. Yeah. Move. Get daily movement every day. It's good for your digestion.
Telling me to move. I'm just like, where are we going?
You move every day. I know you're at the gym every day. I'm at the gym every day. If I'm not at the gym, if I can't get there somewhere, I am still out walking my dog every day, or I'm hiking, or I'm doing yoga in my living room, or whatever it is, because our bodies are designed to move.
Right.
Sitting is the new smoking.
Activity is, I was talking to somebody, and they said, because I work out 7 days a week, and then somebody said to me, well, they want to do a schedule of 4, but they keep missing. And I said, well, that's why I do 7, right? So I got no excuse to miss, because like sometimes you're talking, well, am I on the 4th or 3rd? Where am I? I'm going to take. So I got no excuses. So I go every day.
So that person probably hasn't scheduled it into their day. That's the thing. If you've, we're integral people. Habits and rituals. If you're an integral person, like you make a doctor's appointment or you make a client appointment, you show up, right? And so if you don't put those, make that a priority and put it in your schedule, you probably won't show up. You're like, oh yeah, I'll have time later to do it. If you look on your watch, there's no indicator of when it says later.
Or if you prioritize, right? You just say, this is first thing I do in the day, right? As opposed to if I find time, I'll work out.
Exactly. But then you've put that in your calendar, right? That's what you're going to do. So I put it first thing too. Some people, maybe they work weird hours so they can't, but whatever. Get movement every day. You can do it any way. Like get up, at lunchtime. I saw people in the elevator when I was coming up. They're going for their lunch. And so they're not sitting at their desk. They're up, they're moving, they're out, they're walking around. They're going to go for a walk, then they're going to have lunch. That's a really great thing to do, especially when the weather's great. If the weather's terrible, take the stairs. Go up and down. You guys are in a tall building here. You can go up and down a couple flights of stairs 2 or 3 times a day and get some movement
16
in.
16 flights. So
16 flights.
Get that's your quads going. That's for sure.
That's right. You can get quads and glutes and a whole bunch of stuff happen. Your cardio. You can get a whole bunch of things working there. So super easy to do that. Park your car maybe. Don't go in the house when you get home and walk to the end of the street and back. Or walk around the block and back and then go in. So you can fit it in a lot of different places, but do move because it's good for your muscles, your joints.
For sure. Movement is key.
And your digestion. Yep. And then water. Stay hydrated. Drinking water and being hydrated are two entirely different things. Just because you're drinking it in doesn't mean that you're actually hydrated. So you'll know if you're retaining water, there's something going on, right? So and then you think, well, I don't want to retain water, so I'm going to drink less. That works in reverse because whatever your body is lacking, it hangs onto. So then you start to get that edema feeling where you feel like you have sausage fingers or your ankles get swollen or your legs get swollen, kind of like when you've been on a flight for a long time. I've talked to, I don't know how many people who say, I don't want to drink when I'm on a plane because I don't want to disturb the person next to me to get up and go to the bathroom. But then they get to the other end, they feel terrible. They're like exhausted. They're all bloated and feeling yucky because their body's trying to.
You can buy one of those pilot bags.
Pilot bags?
Yeah, like jet fighter pilot. You just you lash it to the inside of your thigh. You just go to the bathroom right there.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, just Jim's health advice is questionable. His accessories are
I'm just saying, if you don't want to get up, you're better off drinking the water and using that as opposed to not getting up.
Right? Yes, you're better off using the water. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, and then sleep. Sleep is a huge thing. If you're not getting adequate sleep, your body's not able to properly metabolize the food.
Then you need 3-4 hours
easy, right? Times 2 at least, right?
Whatever suits your body best.
Well, you're going to know because if you take a couple days over the weekend where you don't have to use an alarm clock to get up.
Never do.
And me either. But that you go to sleep at the same time every night for like a long weekend. Do it over a long weekend. And find when you're waking up, when you feel refreshed, and take a look at the number of hours. It's probably going to be somewhere between 6 and 8. Do you
sleep differently depending on the day?
Me, no.
No, I get up every day at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whether it's a weekend or long weekend or Christmas for that matter.
Yeah. I mean, when I was traveling and things get a little bit wonky, then it's a little bit different. I sleep in you catch up a little bit and then you're back on your schedule, right? But I do not use an alarm clock, and I typically sleep about the same number of hours every night. Your body loves routine.
Yeah,
it functions really well. We're
habit.
creatures of habit, and it loves that. And so then that brings us right into stress. So if we are, keeping our food on track, if we're staying hydrated, if we're moving, if we're getting enough sleep, that really dovetails into helping us manage stress.
Getting a sense of humor helps too.
It does.
Do you know what I mean? Laughing
is the best medicine.
Laughing is so good for your health.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Because instead of like fretting, maybe make a joke.
Mm-hmm. Make a joke, for sure. And when you're anxious, your stress response kicks in. And when your stress response kicks in, your body can't determine the difference between I'm stressed because I'm here at work and I've got way too much stuff to do, or there's a tiger chasing me. Like your psyche doesn't determine the difference. And so what happens is the same response. So all your hormones go into overdrive, your adrenaline shoots up, your insulin shoots up, your blood sugar goes, and your body takes all of the blood and disperses it to your extremities and takes it away from your vital organs, your digestion, all the things, in preparation for you to fight or flee. Yeah. If you don't do either one of those and you're sitting there stewing in stress all the time, think about all the things that are not getting nourished properly here, they're not getting properly attended to. Yeah. And it's just,
I think for a lot of people, just finding a sense of humor would be a good idea.
It is, yeah.
Laughter, there's a saying, laughter is the best medicine.
Laughter is the best medicine.
And just being able to laugh at yourself sometimes too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely breaks that cycle of stress. That will break it. Getting out and running those stairs, like I just said, even getting in your office, standing up and doing like 10 jumping jacks really quick, a little burst of energy like that, a little burst of exercise will kind of,
and it'll help somebody else laugh. They see you get up and start doing that. You start doing what's that dance, that the wedding dance?
Oh, the chicken dance?
Yeah, you start doing the chicken dance in the office there.
That will definitely make everybody. Okay, that's your assignment this week, Jason. You can report next time. Jim's going to do the chicken dance and make everyone laugh and do a little stress release.
Who doesn't love that dance? When they play that song in almost every wedding.
Everybody knows exactly what it is. I'm going to a wedding this fall. My son's getting married.
Start screaming, chicken dance, chicken dance, chicken dance.
We're doing like an outdoor kind of a barbecue thing, so I'm not sure that there's going to be a
Just
DJ.
Do it. Just go for it.
Yeah. I could see them looking at me thinking, oh my, that's my mother. Oh no. What else is new though, right? With kids, right? What else is new with your kids? They're always saying something. And then the last one is filling your nutritional gaps. And that is the thing, like we were talking about the soil depletion, and then people are eating way more processed foods and eating out more, and sometimes just not eating. Yeah. Like skipping that breakfast or working through lunch.
Or what's that, gorging and then not eating.
Gorging and not eating. Exactly. Because I'm starving. Yeah, right? It's like, no, we're not designed to do it that way. And so when that happens, then there's deficiencies that we've created because, again, our body's like routine. And so if we're supposed to be having 10 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, I'd venture to say it's closer to 15, but let's be conservative. I mean, how many people are doing that a day? Like, no one's even getting the 4 to 6 that they recommended when we were in elementary school, really, honestly, right? There's very few people. And so if we're not even getting the minimum from like 30 some odd years ago, 40 years ago, then what sort of state are people in now? And so looking at, like, we're in the worst health state we've been in recorded history. There's more people with obesity, with diabetes, with metabolic disease than ever before.
Probably goes back to that sugar thing.
A lot of it does, yeah. I mean, the whole thing, they demonized, fat, and it was sugar's fault, and we should have been eating good fat and avoiding the sugars and the processes and all those kinds of things. But,
sugar's highly addictive.
It's highly addictive. It is. And so, but, you can, if you're having cravings, if you go back to what I said at the beginning about food and start just balancing you start adding more, it's a lot easier for people to add than to take away. Right? People don't like it if you take away their stuff. Yeah. I don't like it if people take away my favorite things. So if you just add more of the things that you should be, eventually it will start making less room for those other things. Yeah. And then you start thinking about, okay, I'm adding more things. I should probably maybe eat some breakfast too. And then I should have some protein with my breakfast. Oh, Right. Now because you've done that consistently, you've turned on your metabolism. So now your metabolism is telling you, oh, I need a snack in the mid-morning because my metabolism is burning. And when you do that and continuously do that, the cravings will go down. And so it's not like you're giving up the sugar. Yeah. The cravings are turned off. Yeah. So you don't feel that draw to go there. The hormones are not fighting you, and you can make that educated choice. Like you get to have your choice back.
Yeah, there's a nutritionist on YouTube that says if you must eat sugar, just eat it last. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like if you want, that's eat the dessert. So eat the leafy stuff and then the proteins, and then just in the order of the food you eat. Then the body wouldn't say, "Hey, we're all having a sugar diet here."
No, you're absolutely right, because sugar's a carb.
Yeah.
And so, but it's the processed carb, right? So, like you said, okay, if you have something that's fiber rich first. So if you have a salad on your plate or some broccoli, eat that first, and then have your proteins and the fats. Or if it's a steak, it'll have a protein and fat together, so you're good to go, right? And then you're going to eat your whatever rest of your vegetables are on your plate. And then if you have a starch or a sugar, that's going to go last. So your potato, your pasta, your rice, a dessert. Typically why we have dessert at the end, right? And why your mom says you need to eat your dinner before you have your ice cream.
Maybe they were onto something.
They were onto something, right? They were onto something. But if you do it in that order, number one, you're full on healthier items, and your metabolism is turning on, right? Down, the fiber helps to regulate your blood sugar as well. The protein and the fat helps to regulate your blood sugar as well. Your carbs give you the energy. Your protein's going to help you with muscle building. And when you put the fruits and vegetable carbs in, you get your vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients to nourish your body at a cellular level, because you're filling those cells up instead of just dropping some food in the stomach bucket and calling it a day. So filling those gaps is important. So you can get testing. You can get testing done at your doctor to see where your vitamin deficiencies are. I mean, I would say a good gap filler for most people is, if you have gut issues, you need to have a good strain of probiotic, prebiotic, phytobiotic, and there are different things. If it doesn't say the strain on the package, like it'll have a letter number strain or tell you what the strain is, then it's like they're randomly throwing darts they're trying to nail Jello to a tree, because strains have different things that they target. And then a good omega, because omega-3s, we're not eating enough fish and oily fish. So the omega-3s is something
sardines.
Sardines, salmon, all of those little things like that. We need those.
Never could eat a sardine.
My dad loves them.
Oh.
My youngest daughter used to love them when she was a little kid.
I think it's an acquired taste.
Yes. Sure. No, I love the salmon though. I'll totally eat
Tuna's
salmon.
Great.
Tuna's great. I love those kinds of things. But if you're not getting enough, you're not eating it 3 times a week or more, you're likely not getting enough. And so a good quality omega, cold water, sourced organically, wild, all the things, is a good thing to add. What was the other thing that I was going to say? Oh, collagen, especially for those of us who are over the age of 35. Your body has...
So another couple of years for me.
Another couple of years. I know you got a few more. I got a few years on you. So collagen, it's not just for your hair, skin, and nails. You need to have, bovine is most like our own. You need to have at least types 1 and 3 so that you are getting all of the stuff that's on the inside. So collagen is our most prominent protein in the body, and it's in your teeth, your hair, skin, nails, your bones, your vascular system, your fascia, all your connective tissues, your ligaments, joints, muscles, all the things. And so past about the age of 35, your long bones really stop producing it. Only your flat bones are. So we're deficient. We're having less, whereas we've been on the planet longer, where there's more likely for age and injury for things to happen. So we've got less collagen to fill up and help repair. Right. So think about if you've had an injury and you got to a certain point, and you kind of it's healing. And then you're like, oh, I'm stuck. Why can't I get past this one point? If it's muscular or joint pain, things like that, I would venture to say that you should add a good collagen to that and watch and see how that's going to help you move past. Yeah. Because if there's too much inflammation coupled with too much pain, you get to this point where your body kind of treads water because it doesn't really know which direction to go. Right. So you need so a good anti-inflammatory and a good collagen will definitely help to move that forward. So those are just a few tips that I have with filling in the gaps. Yeah, 6. We did
6
it.
to stay sexy.
Half a dozen. 6 for sexy.
There you go. Half a dozen.
Health is the new sexy.
There you go. It is though too, right?
It is,
People
right?
that take
Strong
care
is
of
the new sexy too, right? Like we used to say people, I want to be skinny. No, now women are saying, I just want to look strong and healthy.
Yeah.
And
Lifting weights is becoming so much more popular for female.
I'm so glad.
Too, right?
I'm so glad.
Because and muscle is one of the leading things to do as you age to keep up your muscle mass, right? Because it is lack of muscles leads to a whole bunch of other problems, right? So,
It does.
yeah,
Yep.
including falling down.
Including falling down.
And breaking a hip and different things, or keeping your core strong.
Yeah. Did you know that oftentimes that people aren't strong enough to catch themselves when they fall? So that's why they've injured themselves and ended up in a home.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So keep your core strong.
So isn't that sad that, you couldn't prevent your own body weight from hitting the ground?
You're going to do like a Tania does abs. Like.
Tania did abs this morning, actually.
There you go.
What did you do this morning? What did you work on?
This morning, it was arms and shoulders.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Abs and then legs and back tomorrow and then abs that next day.
Nice.
4-day rotation.
There you go.
Chest and triceps on day 1.
Cool.
Just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Yep. Rinse and repeat.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah. And it feels good, doesn't it, when you're done?
Best part of the day.
Best part of the day. And then you get to stretch. Do you stretch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I stretch my mind a lot, too.
Sometimes you're a stretch, Jim.
It takes a lot, right?
It takes a lot, right?
I think Jason's falling asleep over there.
Jason's like, oh no, what are they doing now?
He's not getting enough protein.
Hey, Jason, you have gaps. It's the afternoon. Come on. You didn't let him go for lunch yet, did you?
I think he's on his 8th coffee there, I think.
Oh
no. I only drink coffee in the morning now. That's it.
Yep.
Anyway, it's been great. So if you have questions for Tania, this show is sponsored by Tania. And there'll be a form underneath.
Yep.
And you can fill it out, and Tania will reach out. And you can ask her any questions, too.
I will. I love it. I got some from last time. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set up that. Didn't even tell me. I got all these lovely messages. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm getting messages. I love it.
So, again, taking responsibility for your own health is probably one of the best gifts you can give yourself and the people around you, because I'm sure your family wants you to stick around.
They do.
And be there as long as possible, and you can play with those grandkids and whatever else it is, right?
That's right.
And,
I get to do that on Friday. My grandson's coming to visit.
There you go. So give the gift of health
Yep.
to yourself and everybody around you.
Yep, do it.
How's that?
Feel better.
Spread the message. And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.